And I'm gonna tell you all that this room is so special. And whenever I feel the need to get on my knees, this is where I come. This door is always open to you, except Monday and Tuesday. All you got to do is call. But you know, I hear people oftentimes say, you know, well, I didn't come to church, I wasn't feeling good, you know, this happened and that happened. I'm thinking, you know, the first thing that happens in my life, the first place I go is to church. The first place I go is to restructure and to just go to ground zero and just bring my energy back up to where it needs to be. You can't waller in that energy. You can't. And I say this as an example to you all the time. You go to bed, you've had a horrific day, you know, all of a sudden you just surrender, you say your prayer, you wake up the next morning, your problems haven't changed. What's changed is you. Your energy and your perceptions about how things are. So I don't know if you're following my lead, because let me tell you what, I've been there, done that, and know how to bust through life's lessons. And it's not all a bed of roses if you haven't figured that out yet. It's about us being able to maneuver through it and take what life has to give us. The choices that we have made before we even came here, they're sacred contracts, even for the Harriets of the world. So all you got to do is love them. Just love them. And realize that it's not to take anything personally. Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. If you have that book, read it again. If you don't have it, get it. Because this is about your journey and your perceptions and making your life as meaningful as it can possibly be. And you're all healers. And so what do healers do? They're in service. You do random acts of kindness. You let people in traffic. You don't have road rage, I'm hoping. If you have to drive down the street, you get a little upset. Rashid, Aya, Esher, Aya. They won't know what you're saying. You know, you've just told them, I am that I am. How more blessed can that be? You don't want to give them back the same garbage they're giving you, right? Right. So, every week I present a universal scripture lesson that it may promote harmony among the many religions of mankind, which I knew I was forgetting something, and so I don't have one. Sheree, would you? Usually I don't have to say that. I'll just turn around and go, help me. So I'll go right into the harmony gem. And this is so apropos, especially as I am experiencing life in the senior category. Games that, for when we are older. Thank you. Games for when we are older. SAG, you're it. Pin the toupee on the bald guy. 20 questions shouted into your good ear. Kick the bucket. Red rover, the nurse stays bend over. I didn't really read this. I'm having printer difficulties at the house. Is anybody experiencing problems with their computers?
Yeah.
Okay then. So I couldn't print anything, and this comes from MIT Beth. Duck, goose. That's funny. Simon says something incoherent. I'm going to have to change his hide and go to the bathroom. Spin the bottle of Mylanta. I want that one. Musical recliners. Actually, I found that kidnappers are not really interested in you. In a hostage situation, you're likely to be released first. That's the good news. And no one expects you to run into a burning building. That's even better. I've been doing really well. And yesterday I was so good that I forgot to take my medicine at 12 o'clock. At about 3, I started to melt and drug myself out of there. And then my husband said to me after I gave him all my symptoms, you know how you whine, you sound like Rosanna Dana, you know, well, I got I'm working, and this hurts, and I got a rash, and I have a hot flash. And so he says, well, when'd you take your medicine last? I said, oh, yeah, maybe. So it was 5 hours later. No wonder I'm melting. So anyhow, Angie, I'm fine. And Pepito's home from Peru. Okay, fraternal service. This is sharing from Matthew 6, verse 3. When thou dost alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. Can you imagine us talking like this? I'm serious. The these and the thous and the stuff just make me nuts. From the Hindu, the gift, lovingly given, is gift of goodness. From the Buddhist, if you wait not one upon the other, who is there indeed who will wait upon you? I figured that out. From the Mohammedan, given to the poor and the orphan and the bondman for his sake. From, I don't have a Native American on this one, but I'm sure that the Native Americans absolutely are all about sharing and giving and the light and the love that they are as a wonderful people. And on the universal harmony, our New Thought teaching is to give freely from your heart, not from a motive of calculated return. And that is so true. You just don't give because you have a string attached to it. A lot of people do that. A lot of people have expectations of, you know, well, I did this for you or I did that for you, and so now you should do it for me. And it's more about you did it because it was the right thing to do. You had no expectations. And that's another mantra for the metaphysician. You give without attachment whatsoever, even the bum on the street. You give without attachment to what he's going to do with that money. You probably already know what he's going to do with it, or he wouldn't be on the street. And I do more prayer for these people than anything. And there was a time when, you know, it really broke my heart, as it does all of ours. And then you realize, you know what, there's choice here. There is so much about the power of choice, and there is help. There isn't anybody that can go through this life and not find a place to have help and somebody to talk to.